Hey guys, it is Thursday here in West Virginia, and today is an unplanned video. Just figured I'd go ahead and throw this one out there. This is a video on the newer style Dodge Ram 3500 dually, and I've got one from Greenlight and one from Ertl. The one from Ertl I picked up, I don't know, maybe a month ago, maybe even 2 months ago. And then the Greenlight one I just decided to pick up because I was going to do a wheel swap on it for the bigger diameter semi-style wheels from one of the M2 square bodies. But I don't know if I'm going to do that yet, or still yet, after opening it and looking at it. And I'll go over all the details with you guys on each one. First, we'll unbox the Greenlight one. This is the latest one, as far as what I know, Series 11 from the Dually Drivers. I know I was one of the channels that did the first Dually Drivers series, all six of them when they were first launched back in, I don't know, 2020, something like that. But and it was a great set that I had. I can't remember if it was Series 1 or what series it was, but obviously it wasn't that old because this is only Series 11, so they haven't went that far with them. And I wanted a Ram, a modern Dodge Ram, and I figured, hey, this one looked pretty good, the high impact color, because some of the older versions are pulling like $20 or better. Some of the like Harvester, I think is what they call one of them, and it's like a two-tone, like a dark blue with a beige rocker panel, and then there's a dark red one and a bright red one and a white one and so forth. And there's some police versions that are relatively cheap too, but I really didn't want a police one. I didn't want one with any kind of livery on it, so I found this guy, and it kind of screams Mopar because of the safety yellow color. It's a high impact color, so it suits Mopar to the T. So anyways, that's why I grabbed this one. Nice price, and the color was nice. No livery, just what I was looking for. So anyways, let's get him out and take a look at him. I don't know if this tells us what else was in. Oh yeah, it does. Cool. So it had a 1967 Chevrolet C30 dually wrecker, and we don't have the one from this set as far as I know. I don't know which set this came from. I don't even know if this is from Dually Drivers, but this is their C30 wrecker, which I do like, except that the hook setup is non-functional. That's the only thing that disappointed me. Then they have a 1971 Chevrolet C30 dually wrecker. And it's the same style truck. The 67 to 72 is pretty much the same truck, except for like the change of headlights and grill and things like that. Then they have a 2018 Chevrolet Silverado 3500 dually service bed. So it had the square, probably diamond plate bed, something like that. And it was Union Pacific Railroad maintenance. Okay, and I'm sorry, I didn't finish reading those. So the first 67 C30 wrecker is for Michelin, and then the 71 C30 wrecker is STP. Then the 2019 Ford F350 dually, it's the Houston Fire Department Public Affairs. Then you had the 2019 Ram 3500 Bighorn, and then the 2022 Ram 3500 Dually Wrecker. And that may be the white one that I seen that was reasonably priced. I was tempted on that one because it looked pretty cool, but I just wanted a stock truck, like one that you would go to the dealership and buy with no utility bed or wrecker bed or anything like that. So that brings us to this guy. So anyways, let's get him out and take a look at him. And like when I first got it, one thing that I did notice that I was like really disappointed in, and there were a few other things after I got it out that I was disappointed in, is the way that they designed this thing with the bed. I don't know what they got going on here. I can see now that the bottom lip of the bed is painted black, and why they did that I don't know, because if they would have done it in yellow, it would have been a lot better looking than what it is now. I guess they wanted it to correspond with these step boards, running boards, whatever you'd like to call them, but still yet it doesn't. And even if they would have painted it yellow, it still is a little higher than the rocker panel. And I looked at pictures of the real Dodge Ram, or just, I guess they're just called Ram nowadays. And they dropped the Dodge. Ram is its own brand. But anyways, yeah, it just looks a little bit strange to me. And even when I look at the Ertl is totally like flush with the bed and the cab and stuff. They both are the same height, I guess I would say, or the same length, however you want to measure it. But everything corresponded nicely, all the body lines. Now, if you look at it, the body lines still correspond, like this line here going there, and then the bulge at the bottom of the rocker where that body line starts popping out in the mid, a little bit more than mid door, and coming back, and then it comes up and goes to the flare on the back. So, I mean, those lines correspond, but it's just like the bed wasn't long enough. And when I opened this thing, it was a little tweaked like that. And I finally got it to get back in place a little. Well, for the most part, as you can see, the gap looks pretty good now. But after I looked on the other side, the tail light and the mirror was missing. So I had to start looking around where I opened it and look in the package. And sure enough, I found the mirror in the package, and I found the tail light in the floor where I had opened it. And then when I did pull it all the way out, this tire was totally like taken off almost. I had to pop it back on. Tire's not a big deal, but the tail light in the mirror is a big deal. And the bed being tweaked is a big deal. It shouldn't have that. And it's not super bad with the wobbling, but it does have a little bit of a wobble, like I used to always complain about with Greenlight stuff. Now, when I did that one unboxing on the first Dilly drivers, it was awesome. All of them, every single one I opened was nicely done. The functionality of some things I was a little bit disappointed on, but that was the only thing. Everything, though, with like the way they rolled and stuff was good. And as you can see, even with the paint on this one, they got excess paint in the wheel well here. God, I don't know what's wrong with them. It looks like the top of the wheel well is squared off now. I didn't even notice that until just now. You can see all the paint hanging down there. That I can fix with a knife, just trim it a little bit, hopefully. Take the tire off and get a knife in there and trim it down some. But, yeah, I was hoping for a little bit better quality. The details are there, though. It's got the mirrors, which are nice, and then it does have acrylic headlight lenses. I was hoping that it has a lens there. Yeah, and it does, because the holes there are quite big, and the lens has no kind of detail to it whatsoever, so it almost looks like they're not there, but they are. And then you have your mesh-looking grill with the Ram in the grill, your cab lights, and then the emblems on the side of the hood, on the fender leg, and on the door. Then on the back, the tail lights are red acrylic. I know that for a fact because one fell off when I was unboxing it, and I had to glue it back on. And you got your Ram emblem there, and you got your dual rear tires. And now, like, after having it out, I'm not sure I'm going to waste a set of big diameter semi wheels on this thing. I don't know. It just, to me, it's a nice truck for like a diorama, and that's it. Just throw it in the diorama that you're going to have setting out, collecting dust with vehicles you don't care about. Like my dioramas, I usually compose them with vehicles that I do like, and some that are valuable or semi-valuable anyways. But I know some guys get some cars and just throw them together, like make their own junkers, or they get their run-of-the-mill stuff. It's has no big value to it and throw in dioramas, and that's fine, because they do collect a lot of dust, and they do end up aging quicker, in my opinion. But anyways, this one is one of those type of vehicles, so I don't know if I'm going to spend a lot of time doing any kind of custom work. I just don't dig the bed being like that, especially with that being painted black down there. If they would have painted that yellow, it would not be so bad. It wouldn't look like it was so much shorter than the cab, because it's really not a lot shorter, just a hair. But with that black being painted there, it looks a lot shorter. Now moving along to the Ertl. The Ertls do not come in a box or package, as far as what I know, where I got mine. I got mine at Tractor Supply. They come with a little tag, and it has a plastic piece that wraps around this little hook or hole where the ball hitch should be, and that's it. And then for price, with the Greenlight one, I paid $12 shipped to the door. It was like $6 with 6 shipping, something like that, which was a fantastic price. And even at Hobby Lobby, they're not that badly priced. They're like $7.95, something like that. Now, these guys, in my opinion, are a little bit overpriced. They are like $9.95 at Tractor Supply. Now, you may be able to get them cheaper on eBay or cheaper at some online hobby stores. I don't know. But in my opinion, that was a little bit overpriced. Now, one other thing to point out with this truck here, with the Greenlight one. Sorry, I keep going back to this one. These are numbered, and they are unfortunately built with a plastic base. I could have swore before they were metal bases when I did the unboxing of the one set of them back when I was living in the Philippines, but I don't recall. But anyways, this Ram has a plastic base. Same with this one. That was the thing that I was going to say was the downside of the Ertl. Well, it has a plastic base and Greenlight has a metal base. Well, no, it doesn't. Unfortunately, they're both plastic bases. And both with the same amount of detail. Actually, the Ertl probably has more base detail, because you can see, like, at the differential here and the release spring detail. This has nothing. It's just a tube. No leaf springs, no differential. Same thing with the front. And here they have the front with the differential, and they try to make the shafts with the transfer case and things like that. So the detail on the base of the Ertl is much, much better. Wheels and tires both have rubber tires and semi-detailed wheels. I think the Greenlight wheels look a little better, in my opinion. Greenlight wins it when it comes to the front end detail too. This is just one big piece of chrome that they threw on the front of it, and it has some black details, and that's it. The Greenlight one is similar. It's a big piece of chrome plastic, but it does have separate headlights, and it has a little more detail to the grill. These are different years, though. I think the Ertl is a little bit older. Let me see here. Maybe it's a little bit newer. It's 2024 copyright. I don't know. Maybe it's newer. Anyways, though, the front end detail is a little bit better on the Greenlight. And another thing Greenlight kills it on too is Greenlight has like clear windows, and it has interior and a dashboard. This just has black plastic. They're not tinted, they're just black plastic windows with no interior. There's no interior at all in this thing. And this is made more for kids. As you can see, the mirrors are casted into the body, so they are metal, which I kind of like that idea better. But with separate pieces, it gives it a little more detail, but it makes it a lot more fragile. As I said, one of mine were already broken off and inside the package, so they are not that durable. And this has separate running boards and stuff. But as you can see, they painted everything one color, and it looks so much better. Everything corresponds nicely and such. I still think Greenlight made the bed a little short, because I don't see where the cab would be sitting. Even the rocker, the lower part of the rocker, should be any lower than the lower edge of the bed. So there's something off there with the Greenlight casting. So the overall body for the truck, I have to give it to Ertl. I think the body's better on the Ertl. And the hitch setup is better on the Greenlight one. It's more realistic with the ball hitch. This just has some kind of ear with a hole in it for the trailers that Ertl sell. They also have a hole in the bed for the fifth wheel horse trailers that they sell, which is kind of cool. And this one, I wish it had a fifth wheel receiver in it, but it doesn't. But you can fake it and just put the fifth wheel gooseneck trailer down in there, and you'll never even know the difference, most likely. But anyways, yeah, that's the thing. They both have their pros and cons, but overall, like with the look of the truck, is once again, they have their pros and cons, but the Ertl's body is much better looking than the Greenlight one, but it is one piece. It's not two pieces. The bed, as you can see, is not separate from the cab, which is kind of nice. It makes up for that room for error, as you can see, when they are two pieces. But yeah, so that's the only thing the Ertl really beats the Greenlight on, is the body details a little better and the chassis details a little better. But when it comes to the intricate details, Greenlight definitely beats Ertl, and Greenlight has a interior, whereas the Ertl doesn't. So yeah, the Ertl's more for kids and the Greenlight's more for adults. With that being said, they're both okay, both good for dioramas, but for custom trucks and stuff, the Greenlight one needs some attention, but that's about the only one that you could work with to make a custom out of. As I said, the Ertl's more for kids. So guys, I hope you liked the video, and we'll be back again tomorrow for our Free It Friday. We have the new Power Wagon Pick 'em Up truck set, and I will rant about M2 and doing the same stuff over and over again. You'll see that tomorrow, so be sure to turn on your notification bell for that video and all the future videos. Thanks for watching, guys.